Okay, if you remember last Friday, we created our first GreenFoot program. I'm going to go over how we did that again to refresh your memory. So we opened GreenFoot, it looked something like this. And up top here on yours, we have this GreenFoot. Oh, you kidding me? You're kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Ah, there we go. So if I click on this, here we go. So it looks a little something like this on yours with this GreenFoot menu up top. So I'm going to go to scenario. This is what we did on Friday. And we're going to choose new Java scenario. And then when we do that, we have to give it a name. And the other day we called it first program or something like that. And I'm going to call it again, just to show you what we did the other day. I'm going to call it first project, and I'm going to call it first project 8 for period 8. If you were in period 11, we called it first project 11. And I'm going to create that project, and it should open up here. Hopefully, here we go. So here it is. So this is our same. I'm going to try to write the same project we did last Friday. So here it is. The next thing we did was we went to, we double clicked on my world, or right clicked on my world, and we are going to choose an image. So go down to set image, and this opened, and then we went to backgrounds. And if you remember, when we went to backgrounds, we chose the checkerboard. And I'll click OK. There's our checkerboard background. And then we went to actor. We did the same thing. Right click. We're going to create a new subclass. And we have to give this subclass a name. And if you remember, we went down and looked at the people in the image category. And they have a bunch of choices. And we chose the blue man. And we have to give this class a name. Notice up top it says new class name, and it's waiting for us. And I called mine Blue Man. And you called yours whatever you called yours. I think most people called it Blue Man. So I click OK, and there's my Blue Man. And if we double click on that, it opens up the code, and you can see in the acts routine there's nothing. And that's where we placed some code there yesterday, or Friday, whatever it was. So we also talked about, if you right click on Blue Man, you can create a new Blue Man. And there he is. You can drag him and place him on the screen. And if you wanted to put multiple Blue Man, we right click again, drag him in. Before you click to drop him somewhere, just hold the shift key down, and then you can drop him in multiple places. Of course, on my Mac, that's not working. But that's one of the things we did yesterday, or Friday. All right, so let's add some code. We're going to add a simple piece of code in here where it says add your code here. On the next line, I'm going to type in move. And move doesn't work. We went through that it doesn't work unless you tell it how far you want it to move. So we chose, I think, 5 when we did this yesterday. And we're closing the parentheses. And move is calling a method. Just like we wrote the method erase and we wrote the method draw. Move's a method. It needs an open and close parentheses. And this is Java, so it needs a semicolon. So I'll compile that. And yeah, it works. It says no syntax errors. We'll close that out. And it's not going to like trying to run this now because we put those there before we compiled. So I'm going to reset that. I'm going to right click here again. Right click again. Choose one Blue Man. I'll put him right there. And I'll act. When we act, he should move over a little. If I can hit act a few times, every time act gets called, he moves. If I press run, the program repeatedly calls act, and he moves all the way to the side of the screen where he runs out of room. And And so I'm going to reset. I'm going to go back to double click on the blue man, and after the move, instead of just making a move, I'm also going to make a turn. So I'm going to tell it to turn, and I'll tell it to turn a number of degrees. So I think I remember asking how many degrees, and somehow Brennan made up a number like, I don't know, 30, whatever he said. I wrote it down. I remember saying, I can't believe I'm following Brennan's suggestion, but there it is. And then we ran this. I'll compile this again. Once again, hopefully, no syntax errors, but there is one because I typed a colon instead of a semicolon. And we'll compile that again. No syntax errors. I'll close that out. And we'll try creating one blue man. Doesn't like it. I have to reset this and then try to do that. Create one blue man, right click, drag him over there, place him, and now we'll run. He should move and turn, and there he is spinning in circles like a lunatic. So I'm going to pause that. I'll reset that. And if you remember, the next thing we did in class was we changed the move to move more significantly, like maybe 25, before it did the turn. So we'll compile. And good, close that. Click here, create a blue man, place one blue man here, and we'll run it again. And now he moves around in a circle, and we talked about this, we can adjust the speed, we can make it slower, or we can make it faster. And I'm going to stop that and reset. And we did a few other things with that, but I just wanted to show you this again so you remember how to begin a GreenFoot scenario from scratch. So that's the end of today's lesson. I will talk to you next time.